This afternoon I want to try and compare the A5 Van der Spek with an ochre Filofax Malden and a black Filofax Alban. Now what I want to try and show you in this video, which is something that photographs on their own can't really show you, is the difference in the build of the organiser with regards to stiffener. Now the Van der Spek range is one of the only ones that I know of where you can specify whether there is any stiffener between the layers of leather. Now this one has stiffener in it. Obviously the flyleaf doesn't, so you can see, you know, it's two thin pieces of leather just stitched together, and you can do, you know, you can roll the thing up in a ball more or less. But the actual organiser itself does have a thin layer, about 0.4 of a millimetre thick, of a material called Bontex or something like that. I can forget how it's pronounced or spelt even. But that doesn't matter. What does matter is how flexible is this organiser. And as you can see, it's not, you know, completely stiff. You pick it up and it just flops around and it lays flat. You know, you can see, if I move it around, I'm not entirely sure what you can see, but anyway. So in terms of flexibility, it's pretty flexible now. So that's the initial look at that one. Now the Malden, of course, everyone, well, quite a lot of you will be familiar with, and you may have seen, you know, it literally, there's no stiffener at all between the layers of leather of this one, and you can literally do very cruel things to it. And don't try this at home, children, like that. But it doesn't do any harm. I've done it several times before. I'm showing photographs of it. But that just gives you some comparison of what the Van der Spek might be like. I don't know if it is or not, without stiffener. And again, this one is actually slightly stiffer than this one when you pick it up. This one just flops down. So something in that, but I don't quite what. There's no actual, it must be the broadness or the thickness of the leather in the middle that makes it slightly stiffer. Anyway, whatever. And finally, I picked the Alban out because this definitely feels, I don't know for sure, but it's certainly got quite a lot of stiffness in it. And it literally, yes, whilst it lays flat, as you can see, it doesn't flop down like the other two, yet it remains perfectly usable. You know, it lays flat in terms of on a desk. You can hold it in your hand, blah 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 blah. So, not a big issue, I think. Some people are a bit more, I don't know if the word sensitive is too strong a word even, but some people are concerned about whether they order a Van der Spek with or without stiffener. Now, as I say, it's totally up to you. It's like so many things on these. You can opt for different leathers, and one pen loop, two pen loops, etc., etc. So this just gives you a sort of slightly better idea, I hope, that what's the penalty of going for stiffener? Well, pretty much there isn't one, because as you can see, it doesn't, the actual stiffener isn't in, it's beyond, it's from this area onwards, so there's nothing around the spine area, and that's the critical bit as far as, you know, the ability to sort of be fairly flexible in laying flat and what have you. And it adds some compliance and some structure to it, so from a point of view of writing on it, it would be better compared to, you know, if you have nothing in the pockets. Trying to write on this is not so easy compared to, say, this. And obviously, if you're going to hold an A5 in your hand, this is far better because it's a lot stiffer. That said, nothing in the pockets of these, so obviously once you've got some papers, cards, maybe a pad or something like that in, well, it doesn't matter what stiffener you've got in there, they've already taken over helping with the sort of structure of the thing. But you know, we all start with an empty organiser and we have to work it on from there. So there you go. Anyway, hope that's helped. I can do a similar one for personal size as well, and I'll go and do that now. Thank you.